Welcome to Conversations with Malik. Welcome to Conversations with Malik. Please don't forget to check us out at convoswithmalik.com, convoswithmalik.com. And there you will find all our social media links so you can continue to support the show. And thank you for everybody who's been supporting the show. We got some great shows coming up this week leading up to Father's Day. And we have some great topics. And hey, Tracy, how you doing? And I appreciate everybody who's been following us. We've been having some powerful interviews. Listen, I was out today and we arranged some more things. So we got some wonderful people coming on for you. But today's topic, in about 10 minutes, I wanted to talk about what worries you, masters you. And listen, the whole purpose of us starting the show is, I didn't really come on Facebook. I don't use social media to be a buffoon and to be a clown and to, laugh around and joke. And I get, other people have other agendas and everybody is who they are. If you know me, you know that I've always been a serious person. You know that I've had my trials and tribulations. But what I find that's hindering and hurting are people. And what people don't realize, and me, myself, I'm talking about me and my life too, is that what I give my energy to, what I think about, is my God. I know academically and intellectually, I might say that I believe in God or I believe in some type of higher power. I believe in something that's bigger than me, intellectually in my mind. But if I'm worrying about something, that's my God. What I'm worrying about is going to actually form ideas and concepts in my mind. Those ideas and concepts are going to trigger an emotion. That emotion is going to cause a feeling. And that feeling is going to make me do one or two things. It's going to make me take an action or not take an action. And either one could be harmful. Listen, how many actions have I not taken in my life? And if there's anybody out there that identifies with me, you know what I'm talking about. How many times have I told myself I'm going to start doing something, that I'm going to do this from now on because I want to be a better person and have not taken the action to do it? How many things have I started out doing that I haven't finished? Why? Because the art of war is deception. And deception comes through distraction. I want you to follow me here. Distractions are me worrying about future events or events that have already passed. I'm worrying about a mistake that I made yesterday. Or I'm worrying about not making a mistake tomorrow. I'm focusing on losing something that I have or not getting something that I want. That's worry. Worrying is not faith. Now, if I have a deep concern about something, that's fine. Some people say that faith and fear can't exist in the same house, and I disagree. Because I've had fear and still walked forward in faith. It's about what my feet do, not what I feel inside. I learned not to listen to my feelings because my feelings are very deceptive. There's another Malik that exists inside of me that wants me to be a failure. It doesn't want me to succeed. So it's like there's two Maliks on the inside. And the Malik that's going to win is the Malik that I feed the most. What are you feeding the most in your life? And listen, the truth is the proof, and the proof is the fruit. What are the fruits that are on your tree? If you want to take a good look in your life, just look at the fruits that you're bearing. That's all. Just take a look at it. And the fruits that I bear in my life are going to be directly connected to my thinking and how I view the world, my ideas and my concepts. And worrying is just a distraction. It's a boogie monster. It's not real. It's not real. Because when I'm worrying, I don't have faith. And that's the seed of all failure, people. You know, people, they come to me and we talk about business. I try to help people with business plans. When people discuss business deals with me, or even people discuss their jobs and their career, I just want you to watch just for the next week. For the next week, just watch your patterns. Try to be the third person. Try to be the third person in your life, right? And take a look at, because it's I, it's him, and it's me. so it's three, so it's kind of three of us. But really, I need to just get to just being. Don't be the I, to him, or to me. Just being. But when I could take a step back and look at Malik in his totality, I can analyze and do an inventory of my steps. How many people out there take time out at the end of the day to review their day in silence? No phones, putting the phone down, putting Instagram down, putting Facebook down. I'm not preaching. We're just talking. Serious. This convo's with Malik. I'm guilty of everything I talk about. The reason I could talk about it is because I'm guilty of it. That's why I could talk about it. But turn off the TV, turn off CNN, turn off ESPN, turn off, Love and Hip Hop, Housewives of Atlanta. Just turn that stuff off for a little while at night to calm down and to really constructively review the type of day that I had. Taking a look at how I was worrying. And let's just take a look at last week, guys. I want you to do a practice and an exercise. And this is something that I do. Look on the past week of everything that you was worrying about last week. And how many of those things turned out the way you were maybe worried about them turning out? How many? Okay, now let's take a look back over the past month. All of the things that you were worried about over the past month, how many of those things turned out the way you thought they were going to turn out? Okay, let's look back the last 6 months. Let's look back the last year. Let's look back the last 5 years. Let's look back the last 10 years. And you know what you're going to find upon observation? You're going to find that worrying is a boogie monster. And it's not really real. But for us that worry, the time that you spend worrying, that's what you're worshiping. You want to know what worshiping is? Worshiping is my thoughts and my spirits being upon something. So when you say someone's worshiping God, you don't necessarily have to be jumping around. I can worship the spirit of God or the spirit of my ancestors by what? By having my thoughts and actions on them, and my thoughts and actions being on them is actually me living in the spirit of what they would want for me. So if you're living in the spirit of worrying, your life is going to reap the results of worrying. Because in worrying, there's no creativity. In worrying, there's no inspiration. In worrying, there's no hope. In worrying, there's no desire. In worrying, there's no fortitude. In worrying, there's no strength. In worrying, there's no power. There's no power there. And successful people, and I'm going to kind of drop something on you. Someone said to me before, Malik, eliminate the negative and accentuate the positive. Eliminate the negative, accentuate the positive. And don't get stuck by what I like to call the paralysis of over-analysis. See, because I can think my way into doing nothing. you know, and look, I know this isn't popular. You know, I know I'm not on here jumping around, you know, like Django and playing around. I know that's what's cool on social media. But I have a very successful show that's growing, Conversations with Malik, at convoswithmalik.com, because we take things serious. We're about information and transformation. And by way of giving inspiration, that's why people call me to come on this show. So people are wondering, how you getting certain interviews? Because, and you would be surprised, the interviews I got coming up next. You'd be surprised the people who are reaching out to me right now. It's almost, I'm getting the chills. Why? Because we're being authentic and we're having the hard conversations. These are the hard conversations that led to the way that my life is set up now. And I just want to share that. Because what I give my attention to is who I am. You remember when we was younger, there was a commercial that used to say, you are what you eat from your head down to your feet. You remember that commercial? You are what you eat from your head down to your feet. You are what you eat from your head down to your feet. Well, I am what I eat spiritually, from my head down to my feet. What I put into me is me. You can tell me who and what you think you are or you want. I'll tell you who you are by what you entertain. What you let in is who you are. What you watch is who you are. If you're on Facebook all day, you're Facebook. If you're on Instagram all day, you're Instagram. You're fucking artificial intelligence. You're a computer. If you eat bad food, you got junk for a body. If you read spiritual books, you're spiritual. If you help people, you're a helper. If you enlighten people, you're living in the spirit of enlightenment. If you encourage others, you will be encouraged. If you love people, you will live in the spirit of love. You will be loved. Do you know that you can actually turn into love? That you can turn into enlightenment? That you can be enlightenment? Huh? If you want to be enlightened, enlighten others. If you want to be successful, do for other people, have a purpose. And so when I'm living in my purpose, I can't be in depression. And you know what's happening? Mental health illness, we're having a show because mental health and mental illness is a result of people not living in their truths in a lot of cases. Yes, some of us actually have psychological things going on with us. But look at these deaths. Look at Kate Spade, Anthony Bourdain. These people killed themselves and they were successful. They had everything in life outwardly that you think somebody would want. So that's why on this show, when we talk about money and isn't everything, and I make money, I'm doing very well. Money isn't everything. The reason why I'm saying it is because there were times, and as the money's rolling in, I still wasn't feeling good about myself. Why? Because I needed to be doing things like this podcast. I needed to be carrying a message. Do you know that since I was feeling like it was Groundhog's Day every day? Even though things were going well, I've been in business 23 years and I hit a flat point. And I asked God, I said, God, what is it that you want me to do? And I'm not getting religious. We're talking spirituality. Because I know when I get to points like this, there's something that I need to be contributing. And you want to know what happened? I was inspired to start the podcast. So what do we do? Look at the studio behind us. This is my garage. That's all it is. We cleaned it up step by step. I took y'all through the process. Remember when this place was flooded with stuff for everybody that's been following the show? Remember? We cleaned it up step by step. My sons helped me. My family helped me. And now look at it. And now look what's happening in this room. And it's opened me up for the world. Why? Because I was obedient. And I didn't know what was going to come of this. The people that I'm meeting as a result of this show, I didn't know this was going to happen. But what I had to do is I had to get outside of my mind. That's where the experience happens, guys. It happens outwardly. It happens by me getting out of this, because this is the trap. So I'm going to close with this. What worries you masters you. Whatever it is that you're worrying about. If you're worrying about a relationship, if you're worrying about your job, whatever you're worrying about, you've already lost it. It's already gone. You're worrying about your children, huh? You're worrying about this sister or that brother. You're worrying about money. You've already lost it, because when you're worrying, you're not looking to create ways to make yourself better. Worrying in itself is a defeating proposition. It weighs on the soul. There's even been tests that worrying taps into certain parts of the brain that bring on disease. Do you know that you can actually catch diseases? You can actually create cancer, heart failure, hypertension through worrying. This is serious stuff. And that boogie monster of the worrier never actually comes true. That boogie monster's not there. It's just lies and deception. Because the art of war is deception. And you want to know why? Because the inner me, the devil, shaitan, whatever you want to call it, all it wants is for you not to become who and what you were intended to be. It doesn't want you to live up to your full purpose. So it wants you to worry about something that probably isn't going to happen. Yeah, do I get scared sometimes? Yeah, am I a little unsure sometimes? Yeah, man. And I got good people in my life. And I go and I talk to people. And remember something. You got to learn how to see the truth in the lie. And the truth in the lie is I don't have to worry about anything. If I look back at my reference point, I can look at where I've been brought from. And where I've been brought from is enough of a reference point for me to know that, guess what? Everything's going to be okay. So I'll leave you with this. Learn how to sit next to your still leg. Learn how to look down at your feet and see where you are right now in this moment. And through prayer and meditation and getting still, you can learn how to live in stillness. And in this moment, right now, this second, I don't have to be worried about nothing. Remember, I love you, and there's nothing you can do about it. Thanks for tuning in with Conversations with Malik. Peace.